Hello, everyone. Myself, Sajjad Ahmad Afridi. I represent the Department of Management Sciences, Hazara University, Mansehra. Well, my research is on the sustainable behavior of the organizations, and it is in the tourism and hospitality industry of Pakistan. Since tourism and hospitality industry is growing, and it is having a very positive impact on the overall economy, but at the same time, it is having its darker side as well. And that is they are contributing significantly toward the environmental degradation. So this research is how to make these tourism operators and these companies within the tourism and hospitality industry, how to make them sustainable. Like they are having their goals towards the greener environment, but the most important thing for these organizations to be sustainable is the values that their employees capture and they perform sustainably. So that is very much important to know how the employees of these tourism companies operate or behave socially responsibly. So the previously many scholars they have worked on the green behavior of the employees. However, green behavior is limited to the environmental behavior only. Whereas social responsible behavior, it is not limited to the green behavior. It is environmental, social, and again, the economic perspective of the organization. So, first of all, the social responsible behavior of the employees within the organization, it is very much important. But at the same time, research is also very much limited how these employees would behave outside the organization, which is like for the overall sustainability of the community is very much important. So my research would not only examine that how can we encourage employees of the tourism industry to behave socially within the organization or outside the organization as well. And since we know little about the predictors of social responsible behavior, so it is like discretionary behavior, non-obligatory. So it is very difficult in the culture of Pakistan to encourage these employees to act socially. So we need a very strong leadership style. As per the previous literature, whenever we are talking about the behavior and attitude of the employees, they focus on the leadership style. Previously, many leadership styles, for instance, green transformation leadership, environmental specific servant leadership, they have been tried to work on the green behavior of the employees. However, we are not talking about the green behavior alone. So we are looking out on the social responsible behavior, which is the combination of the social, economic, and the environmental behavior of the employees. So we need a very much comprehensive style of leadership, which is not limited to only one attribute or a specific attribute. So for this reason, I've taken the sustainable leadership as a leadership style that could better equip the employees towards social responsible behavior. Since we do have a very limited literature available on sustainable leadership and social responsible behavior, so we know little about the underlying mechanism of the this equation as well. So for this reason, as under the assumption of ability, motivation, opportunity theory, I've taken the mediating path with the help of the environmental awareness, generative concern, and the psychological green climate could be the mediating factors or mechanism that could lead sustainable leadership towards the social responsible behavior. This is the conceptual framework, and these are the hypotheses. Since this study would not only examine the role of sustainable leadership within the organization, but outside the organization as well. So we have proposed 4 hypotheses, which is further split into hypothesis A and B. A for the performance of social responsible behavior within the organization, and B outside the organization. Well, I just got that the time is limited. Then for methodology, we contacted the organization which is responsible for registering the tourism company. We collected the information from them. They provided the information, and we contacted 403 supervisors, employees, and matching evaluation form from 124 supervisors. We employed the multi-stage sampling for the first stage, convenience sampling in the selection of the organization, and then purposive sampling for selection of individual, those they were capable to answer and able to know about these variables that we have. The MIRS, it is provided sustainable leadership, generative concern, environmental awareness, and social responsible behavior. This table presents the descriptive analysis. One point that I want to mention that I belong to the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province of the Pakistan, which is northwest side. So overall in Pakistan, unfortunately, female participation in hotel and tourism industry is limited. And particularly in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, that is very much limited. So you can see over here that out of 403, just 81% is male dominant respondent in this, and that is because they are working in other sectors rather than in tourism sectors. The discriminant validity of the instruments, we have no problem with this as per the statistics. And the model fit indices, model 5 presents the comparatively better fit, so we move on that fifth model, which is sustainable leadership, environmental awareness, generative concern, and green psychological climate, and social responsible behavior of the employees. Interconstruct correlation, all the variables are positively correlated with each other and significantly, and we do not have any issues of multicollinearity as well. Then for hypothesis, we test the direct relationship first, both for the sustainable leadership, social responsible behavior within organization and outside the organization. And we found a statistical significant result in that case. Then in indirect relationship, we performed like it is in two stages. First, indirect relationship within the organization, and then indirect relationship outside the organization. Within the organization, we found that all the mediating variables, they were significant, and we verified the mediating part that sustainable leadership and social responsible behavior could act with the help of these mediators. And then for indirect relationship with outside the organization, the environmental awareness and generative concern, they were found significant mediators. However, the green psychological climate was found insignificant. And that is maybe because that the climate is within the organization, and when a person is going out of that organization, so there are certain other personal values, attitude, norms that could play a role in that changing behavior of individual. So it's also open windows for the future research to check other cultural and individual values in this relationship. Well, the discussion is that we found the positive relationship of the sustainable leadership within and outside the organization, and the mediating factor, the mediators for within the organization, we found them statistically significant. However, outside the organization, green psychological climate was found statistical. Since this is like the model was a novel model, we do have previous research which is like consistent with these findings, but these research were particularly in green behavior. They were on green behavior, and all of them were the behavior of the employees within the organization. So this research is both within and outside the organization as well. Well, this study fills a literature gap by probing the link between sustainable leadership and social responsible behavior. And AMO theory also provides that how a sustainable leadership provides the ability and how they can motivate through generative concern and provide opportunity through green psychological climate to the employees to encourage them to act socially responsibly within and outside the organization. Moreover, the differential finding of green psychological climate for within and outside the organization, this is again a contribution that it will open windows for the other contextual factors. Implication for tourism system companies, as per the findings, our findings suggest that sustainable leadership is playing an important role in shaping the individual towards the social responsible behavior. Tourism companies should focus on sustainable leadership, and they should provide environmental awareness, concern, and a green climate that could motivate individual towards that. Limitation, and that's fine.
No limitations.
We do have limitations. And I've already said that the female participation limited, plus these are not the only mediators. Moreover, this is a cross-sectional, longitudinal over a passage of time may give us some better results. Other than that, contextual factor, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa culture is slightly different from other part of the Pakistan, so we can extend this, and generalizability, because this study was conducted in tourism industry, so other industries can also. Thank you.
Thank you.